Hi, it's Dorothy Guiney with Scrapbooking Quebec. In this video, I'm going to share the layouts and projects I created in March and April 2026. Most I created with the kit I put together at the beginning of March. And if you would like a closer look, check out my kit share video. I will put a link to it below, along with links to any process videos I made using these products. At the end of this video, I will do a quick flip through of all the pages again, just to give you a second look. So without further ado, let's get started. The first 12 pages I made with Stampin' Up's Homemade Sweetness collection. This was an online release in March 2026. It was a pretty big release. There were two stamp and die bundles. That's what I have in my hand right now. The one with the big jam jar is called Filled with Sweetness. The other Made with Sweetness. This one here has wordy bits, recipe cards, standalone fruit dies. The other one had that huge jam jar that I'm showing you right now. Super fun, a lot of add-ons to the jam jar. And the dies actually cut out a jam jar card base. That's what I'm showing you. I made 3 cards. These 2 shaker cards were 100% inspired by Kelly Baxter Fitzgerald. She's known as Snips by Kelly on YouTube. In fact, we did a collaboration together for 6 weeks called Two Countries, One Collection, a cross-border kitchen collaboration, and there is a playlist for that collaboration on my channel. This double page spread, I created it as part of that collaboration, and I'm pointing out the stew pot on that page. I actually made that with the jam jar stamps and dies, and I talk all about how I did that in the video. I'm showing you the other die set as well, Made with Sweetness. There are these recipe cards there. I used those on this layout as well. As a matter of fact, I used those dies throughout this entire layout share. You will see it over and over again. Here is the second double page spread. Again, part of that very same collaboration I did with Kelly. For this week, we were talking about around the table. And for my interpretation, what I did was I told stories about family heirlooms that are on my kitchen table every day. So you can see I did create the jam jars for this particular layout. I also made a bunch of those fruit as part of that Made with Sweetness die set. There were a bunch of standalone fruit die, super fun. I stamped out the word sweet from the wordy stamp set right on top of my journaling. I'm also pointing out my huge title. What I used for that were the party alphabet dies from Stampin' Up. Again, this is part of that collaboration I did with Kelly, and it is listed and linked below. There's also a playlist on my channel for that collaboration. Here's the third and last layout as part of that collaboration. And on that particular week, our jumping off point was sweet traditions. And I did a story about maple syrup because there is no sweeter tradition in the province of Quebec than maple syrup. Also, in addition to the process for that video, I also explained how to take a bright and cheerful collection and turn it into something rustic. So I shared some tricks on how to do that as well. So again, that video is listed and linked below. The next 6 pages still made with this collection, but for these ones, I created it with the workshop kit. So the name of the workshop kit is actually Made with Sweetness, and Stampin' Up! Workshop kits have the material for creating 3 double page spreads. I did do a video for this workshop kit. I created this double page spread in a video, so it is listed and linked below. And in that particular video, I also gave some tips and tricks for working with Stampin' Up! Workshops. That workshop did have a technique, an additional technique, optional technique, and it was to create interactive pockets. I showed you that from behind the photo mat there is an additional pocket with extra photos. I did create 4 more pages with that workshop kit. I pretty much followed the workshop kit. Basically, the workshop kits come with the material for 3 double page spreads, but they also have step-by-step instructions with cutting guides and measurements. I pretty much followed the workshop guide, except I did do some very, very simple elevations, and I spoke all about that in the video. For this one in particular, I had to change the orientation because in the guide, the photos for the left page were vertical, mine were horizontal, so I just flipped it, and I think it looks fine like that. It looks great the other way, but it also looks good this way. So there are things that you can do if your photos don't match up with the guide. Here is the last double page spread as part of that Made with Sweetness workshop kit. Pretty much followed the guide exactly. Very, very simple pages, but I do really love them. One addition I made to that particular layout is I did add that blue mat behind that coral calypso mat, and it just added a little something something to the page. Now I'm about to change collections. The next 4 pages I created with Stampin' Up's Cute as a Bug collection. So this one was released in January 2026. It was in the January-April 2026 mini catalog. I did this one on YouTube, so it is listed and linked below. I just showed you that for one photo, there is a flip flap. I will be adding that on top of a page protector. That's why it's kind of floating around. I am pointing out the stamps and dies that go with this collection. Obviously, the dies cut out stamped images, but the dies also cut out some of the images on the paper, including really cute little bugs. I was pointing out where they are hidden among my plants there. This is another die set I used. It's called Help Me Grow. It's all about gardening. It's super cool. I did use it in that video. I think that was released in March 2026. Anyway, I don't think there's anything else with this one. I did do 2 more pages with the Cute as a Bug collection. And for this one here, yes, I did use those dies as well, cutting out the little images of the bugs. But I also used that Made with Sweetness die set that I showed you earlier. You can see that there's a bunch of fruit there. I used the Made with Sweetness die set for that because there are a bunch of standalone fruit pieces. Actually, I also used the recipe card there. If you look at the top left, there's a little tab that is created with the recipe card that's part of that Made with Sweetness collection. And that little bag at the bottom is from a set called Take a Note, something like that. I will write it on the screen. Basically, it's stamps and dies. The dies are standalone and they create this beach bag. Basically, I turned it into a picnic basket. Super, super cute. Now I'm going to change collections again. The next 4 I created with a collection called A Wonderful Match. This is all about soccer. This actually wasn't in my kit originally at the beginning of March, but I did add it to my kit. I just love it. I didn't have a lot in my photo stash to do with soccer, but I did have a few ones from when my children were younger. I'm showing you the stamps and dies that go with it. I justified buying it because I figured I could use that net for hockey somehow later on, and I love the greens and the blacks in this collection. So this is one double page spread that I created with that collection, bringing out those party alphabet dies again because that's what I used for my title. They do have quite an impact for a title just because they are so huge. Those alphas measure about 2¼ inches, I think. I did 2 more pages with that A Wonderful Match suite as well. Again, you get the idea. There's a bunch of different greens there. It is quite lively, and yeah, I think it's really fun. I'm glad I bought it. I do have a little bit of the paper left, but the B-sides are very usable if you do not have soccer photos. I did use some of the soccer themed paper because I did have soccer photos, but I think I've kind of done all the soccer photos that I have in my stash. Now I am changing collections again. What I created for the next 3 pages, I used Lovely Blossoms. This was a collection, an online collection that came out in January 2026. So this one here is kind of a combo. I used the Lovely Blossoms paper pack, but I also used some of the elements from the Currently Loving workshop kit, which is a workshop, a scrapbooking workshop kit, which was all part of this same collection, all of the colors coordinated. If you look at the page on the right, there are all these cutout circles. That was actually part of the workshop kit. I showed you the Capturing Smiles stamps and dies. I did use that as part of my embellishments. If you look at the clusters closely, there are film strips, and that's where they came from. Here is another page I created with that Lovely Blossoms collection. This is just a single page, and I did this one on YouTube, so it is listed and linked below. For this one, I spoke about taking a super easy design, creating a few simple elevations just to make the page look more complex, but it's really easy to create. I'm also pointing out the title there. I use the Exploring Nature stamp set for that. I absolutely love it. Now, the next 4 pages I created with the Joyful Squares collection, which was a very tiny collection in the January-April 2026 mini catalog. It was kind of a strange collection because the paper had all of these patchwork squares with different pattern papers, but it really did stretch my imagination. If you look at Chester, which is cut out with those party alphabet dies, I used each one of the squares to cut out the letters, which was really fun. I am pointing out that once again, I used that Made with Sweetness die set for layering pieces, those recipe cards. I used them over and over again. And I did use the Capturing Smiles stamp and die set. I made so many cameras over the past 2 months in all kinds of fun papers. I made polka dot ones, wood grain ones, blue ones, purple ones. It was really fun making fun looking cameras with all kinds of wild pattern papers. Here is another double page spread that I created with the Joyful Squares collection. So even though the papers were squares, you can see that on the left page I have strips of papers and they look rectangle. All I did was cut them more narrow, so it just kind of changed it up a bit. I'm flipping the back paper just to give you an idea of what those squares look like. So those papers were full of squares like that, but the flip sides were all tone on tone ledgers, stuff that was easy to use. I am pointing out my purplish camera there. I showed you once again the Capturing Smiles stamp and die set. Again, I had a lot of fun with that stamp and die set over the past few months. Now I'm changing collections and basically I'm digging into some leftovers here. I have leftovers from the Nature Walk collection, and what I ended up doing was pairing it with a paper pack called Season of Elegance. It's an older one from Stampin' Up. I think it's on the last chance list right now. Basically, it was a lot of tone on tones, and I ended up mixing that up with the Nature Walk collection, and it really worked quite well. So half of that is Nature Walk, half of that is Season of Elegance. Once again, I pointed out that camera, once again, Capturing Smiles. This is another layout using that very same collection, Nature Walk and Season of Elegance. Anyway, and you may notice the last 3 pages, this one and the previous 2, all are using the same design. They look different, but I'm using the very same design. So once again, here I am pointing it out. But again, the one previous to that with Joyful Squares was using that very same design. It ended up being quite fun to use and great for using leftovers. Now I'm going to show you another double page spread, and basically I am still using Season of Elegance. Once I started digging into that Season of Elegance paper pack, which was basically hidden in my stash, I kind of went for it. This one, I simply paired it with that Wood Grain Wonders paper pack. It's basically a wood grain paper pack that was released in March 2026. I use it almost like a staple. I'm showing you that on the right page for those 3 photos in the column, those are all have flip flaps. So for each one of those photos, there will be an interactive pocket adhered on the page protector on top of it. So for each one of those photos, there are 2 more of those. So basically, I am down to the last two pages. And the last two pages, in the spirit of things, using up leftover collections, I created this one with Stampin' Up's Hobby Haven collection, which was an online collection that came out in November, I think, 2025. This was another one that I found kind of awkward to use. It was full of icons. The top part is kind of an icon paper. It has a bunch of chairs, plants, homey stuff, and the bottom part of it is a B-side. It was kind of a strange paper to use, but I used almost all of it, and I love everything I made with it. These obviously are heritage photos. These were even before I was born. And I'm showing you a sneak peek of a product that will be released on May 5th, 2026. This one is called Life in Bloom, and I created those flower pots with it. Super, super cute. I also created my title. I die cut the title. It's a really fun little stamp and die bundle. What I'm going to do right now is just show you the projects that I created with one paper pumpkin kit. It was Paper Pumpkin from February 2026 called Celebrate Spring. For this one, the project was 9 cards, 3 different cards, so 3 of each. And basically, these are all inclusive paper crafting kits, often for cards, and everything is included in the kits, the consumable material, twine if you need it, adhesive, stamps, ink, everything. So I gave out most of my cards. This one was more or less Easter themed, but I did keep one of each. I made just a few minor alterations, I guess you could say. For that one there in the Easter basket, I put a layer of vellum behind it. For this one with the Easter bunny, I made absolutely no alterations whatsoever. These cards also come with really cute envelopes. And for this thank you card, I think it had another sentiment. Basically, I kind of went my own way for that particular card. I think it was something like sweet spring greetings. I tend to give out a lot of thank you cards, so I just switched it up in order to make it work for me. But basically, that is it. So here are the layouts. I'm going to give you a second look at all of these pages. I hope you enjoyed this layout share. If you did, I'd greatly appreciate a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, Scrapbooking Quebec, I would be honored and thrilled if you did. And if you are a subscriber, thank you very, very much. Have a great day, and I'll be back on YouTube tomorrow with a sneak peek from Stampin' Up's new catalog, which will be released on May 5th, 2026. Exceptionally, there will be no scrappy kit and plans for June, or I should say May and June, simply because the sneak peek that I'll be doing tomorrow on YouTube, that's pretty much what I will be using over the following months. So have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow on YouTube. Bye-bye.